Have you ever wondered why Italians eat pasta and they're still healthy, while here in America, everybody seems to be going gluten-free and avoiding carbs? My name is Bettina and I'm a fifth-generation member of a Sicilian food family. Today, I'm going to reveal to you why this paradox exists, and in the process, I'm going to uncover some shocking news about industrialized, modern, mass-produced pasta. I'll be honest, I really thought that all pastas were the same, didn't matter where they came from. But when I started working with wheat heirloom artisans in Sicily, everything changed for me. After seeing our lab results comparing modern pasta with traditional Sicilian pasta, I was shocked. What I discovered was mind-blowing. The pasta that Italians have been eating for centuries is very, very different from the pastas that we find in the US grocery stores. And I mean completely different. We are talking about two entirely different foods. Think about it this way. My great-grandfather made pasta the same way the ancient Romans did. He used the same wheat variety that they did. He stoned meal the same way the Romans did. And I'm telling you, my mission is to revive, is to bring back that artisanal pasta that my great-grandfather enjoyed so much. What about the pasta you are buying at the grocery store? The wheat used to make today's modern pasta didn't even exist without the scientists constantly interbreeding the same genes over and over again. And this is the super crazy part. This modern modified wheat cannot even survive on its own. It needs life support. Petroleum-based fertilizers to grow, chemical pesticides to stay alive, and intensive irrigation just to make it through the season. Compare this to the wheat that our ancestors have been growing for thousands of years. Tough, resilient, able to thrive without the need of any artificial intervention. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, I promise you, by the end of this video, you will understand why this is true, why it matters to your health, and by the time we finish this video, you might be able to understand why when you travel to Italy, your pasta experience is completely different. We are going to break this in 3 parts. 1, why? Why modern wheat is nothing like traditional Italian wheat. 2, how processing methods completely change the pasta impact on your body, and why so many Americans that are gluten sensitive all of a sudden can enjoy pasta when they are in Italy. 3, the real reason why Italians can eat pasta daily and stay healthy. Let's start with that shocking truth. The wheat that is being used right now to produce most modern pasta wouldn't even exist without gamma ray radiation. Yes, you heard right. Modern wheat has been so intensively bred, focusing on just few genes that scientists had to rely on gamma ray radiation to create these interbreeding mutations. This isn't the wheat that your grandparents or our grandparents ate. The traditional Italian wheat, especially in Sicily, evolved naturally over thousands of years. Farmers will select or would select their best seeds and then store them in their sheds and then use them for the next planting. This created resilient seeds that were nutritionally rich and able to thrive without fertilizers, without irrigation, without pesticides. In contrast, modern wheat has been modified to maximize carbohydrate and gluten content. The farmers don't need anymore their shed because they don't need to store their seeds because they have to purchase them every year from the big agrochemical companies. It's like comparing a naturally bred dog with a lab one. I mean, they might look the same, but inside they are fundamentally different. One is naturally biodiversity and strong and resilient and able to thrive on its own, and is an interbred Frankenstein SpongeBob version that has undergone radiation treatment and pesticide treatment in addition to fertilizer use just to being able to survive. But wait, it gets even more interesting. You know how every town used to have someone with the last name Miller? Well, the reason is because stone milling was a local tradition. But now everything has become industrialized, and that has changed everything. How the wheat affects your body. Let me tell you something incredible about traditional Italian pasta processing. In Sicily, where my family is from, we still use stone milling, the same stone milling that has been used for generations. In fact, we even use stones that are 100-year old. This is a gentle, slow process that takes up to 50 hours to complete. Compare that to modern pasta factories that can produce in 3 hours what it takes us a full year. Even the pasta extrusion and the slow drying are considerably slower and gentler than the mass industrialized processes that require high heat and chemicals to speed things up. Here is where things get really interesting, especially if you are gluten sensitive or you are watching your carbs. The gluten in ancient grains is completely and totally different than the gluten in modern wheat. Why? Because its genetic profile has not been touched. The biodiversity of the gluten in heirloom wheat is much higher than the gluten in modern wheat, which just have few gluten genesis. This explains something that has puzzled doctors for many years. Why Americans that are gluten sensitive can enjoy pasta when they're visiting Italy. My friend, it's not just the Mediterranean air. It's because Italian pasta, especially from Sicily, still preserve the original natural gluten structure. And processes like stone milling and slow drying do not alter the gluten structure like modern processes do. Let me explain exactly why keeping the kernel intact through stone milling is so important for our health. Recent research is revealing a new concept that is called the food matrix effect. And this new concept is really revolutionizing the way we understand how food works in our body. Modern wheat has been genetically bred to have an enormous endosperm. That's the part that is pure carbohydrate. What about the wheat germ and the bran? Well, they have been bred to be tiny, practically shrivel-up. This means that when you consume a bowl of pasta made with modern wheat, what you are actually consuming is a concentrated dose of carbs with very little nutritional value. But ancient grains, this maintains nature's perfect balance. Protein and nutrient-rich germ, fiber bran, and endosperm, all in the original proportion and form as nature intended. And when we stone mill this grain, we actually get to keep this entire structure intact. Research on food structure and health effects shows why this matters so much. When your body digests pasta with its intact food matrix, all its components work together naturally. The fiber and the protein in the bran and germ slow down the digestion of the carbohydrates in the endosperm. Scientists have found that this results in a much gentler sugar spike when compared to the sugar spike you get when consuming modern pasta. The research shows something even more fascinating. When these components are together in their original food matrix, what happens is scientists say something that they call synergy. And what synergy means is that minerals and vitamins and other nutrients, they work together in a way that enhances each other's effects. And they do this in a way that cannot be reproduced when these nutrients are added artificially. This isn't just tradition, this is science demonstrating what Italian families have known for generations. Real pasta made from stone milled ancient grains is just overall better for your body because it's fundamentally different than modern mass-produced pasta. Let me share something amazing about our pasta. When we took our pasta to the lab, we found up to 17 vitamins and minerals, and those are the ones that we just discovered. We are talking about high levels of selenium, magnesium, vitamin B complex. They're all found in their natural form, which is the form your body recognizes and uses, and very different from the synthetic vitamins that are added or sprayed at the end. And here is the thing that makes me so passionate. In Sicily, we can still make pasta this way because of the climate that we have that is dry and warm. In other words, we don't need fungicides. And the importance of fungicides is because this is another factor for gluten-sensitive people that they may not even know that they're sensitive to. Our ancient grains grows on hillsides where modern wheat cannot even survive. Now you understand why Italians can eat pasta every day and stay healthy. And it's not just about portion control, though that's important, eh? It's because traditional Italian pasta is made from unmodified ancient grains. It's processed slowly and gently through stone grinding and slow drying, maintain its natural nutrients and gluten structure. Listen, I know that there is a lot of confusion about pasta, carbs, and gluten, but the solution is not to just give up pasta. The solution is to go back to the way pasta was supposed to be made. If you want to learn more about the amazing world of ancient grain pasta, check out our video, Is Gluten Different in Italy? You'll discover even more fascinating details why traditional Italian pasta is so special. If you are gluten sensitive, then check out our testimonial video, 20 years gluten-free. And remember, pasta is not just food. You know, pasta is our heritage, it's our tradition. And when it's made right, it can also be part of our healthy lifestyle. Grazie mille for watching and buon appetito. And don't forget to subscribe to learn more about Italian pasta. Please leave a comment if you ever felt different when eating pasta in Italy. I would love to hear your comments.